It's Week 16 of the National Football League, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Vikings and the Patriots, next on Madden Football.
From the area known as Patriot Place, EA Sports set for football at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Minnesota Vikings and the New England Patriots. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. 53 the mic. 53. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Throwing Jones. And right away, he lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings. So excellent starting position here for the Vikings. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback. Following the fumble recovery, Richardson. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. T.J. Hawkinson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is the quarterback, Allen. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Jones. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for New England. Pretty good play by both the thrower and the catcher there, Charles. Third down, showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And what I liked about the play was his receiver's understanding that everything wasn't on time back in the pocket. Rhythm was off a little bit. He adjusted as well and gave them a chance to complete that play.
That catch good for only a couple. Now a give, running left is Harris. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Jones. Jones hit, and the ball's out.
That's it.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Here's Richardson to throw on second down. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. This defense for the Patriots, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct. Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it.
Timing is so important on a route like this, because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late, because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you?
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Vikings lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far, as they try again with a first down now. They turn to Harris to begin the drive, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 19 carries, 129 yards, and he threw a touchdown in there for good measure.
They look like a team that really emphasizes.
Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Damian Harris and the Patriot offense ready to take over again. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now a throw here to his running back. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football. 21-0 our score after 1. To throw on 3rd down, Jones. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
This is brought in at the 21. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They go play action here on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw again. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 27-yard line. Last week, several good performances in the NFC, but he was the conference's offensive player of the week, well over 100 yards.
And just the ability to make catches. You know, that gets underplayed sometimes because we're always looking for the move or the big run. But catch the football consistently, that racks up the yardage. Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Good job.
T.J. Hockenson. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Vikings are able to widen their lead here in this 1st half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the route is on here in this 1st half. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. From the 6. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. On 2nd down now, it's Harris. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And this is going to be incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Handoff comes to Cook. Dances by him. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Richardson looking to throw on 2nd down. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Touchdown! Dalvin Cook, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Vikings open the lead up to 34-0. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will extend this big lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Damian Harris of the Patriot offense ready to take over again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll be out right at the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play.
All day, baby.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. It's brought in by Harris. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got Allen. 1st down and more for Allen. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Right side caught by Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership, by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. Looking to throw on second down. Richardson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And not what they want to see here. Manning still down after the play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw into the hands of Henry here.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career, and that ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the past, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys were excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play. So that challenge, a successful one.
On 2nd and goal. Jones, that's caught. Touchdown! Hunter Henry with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Patriots get a score closer. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He does have the 1 interception, Charles, but I think that's been more than offset by the 3 first-half touchdown passes.
I would agree with you. There is a blemish, but when you've thrown 3 touchdown passes to try and erase it, that's a little bit better than the ratio that all NFL coaches are seeking from their quarterbacks, and he's giving it to them.
They'll take the 3-1
every single time.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And complete right side to Cook. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The question to be asked, where does this game go from here as we are back at it now on EA Sports?
And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the 3rd quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the 2nd half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it.
Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A give. This is Cook. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. They run it again with Cook. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Running on 1st down is Cook, but he didn't find much there. Call it a gain of 3, 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Richardson now to throw on 3rd down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Harris.
And he's going to have a Patriots 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Let's go.
And that is Allen, still down following the play. Appears to be shaken up. Not something you want to see in week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. One quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
That's right, baby. There you go.
To throw again, Jones. He'll hit Jackson complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Let's go. Let's go.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Jones throw complete there to Smith.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Yeah, baby. You already know.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They start the drive with Cook. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
83 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Off play action. Richardson. Flush to his right. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Get excited. Let's go. Let's go.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's again to Cook. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. First down, here's the run with Cook. Space to run past the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. A big play there.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
Short kick. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another.